Hello, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and if you're not, I hope this video can bring you a little bit of comfort. I have a new camera. I don't think any of my other videos have been filmed with this camera. I got it during Christmas and didn't film a single bit while at college this last semester, which is what this whole video is about. I want to talk about my first year of college in a university. I've been to college before. I graduated my AA. I was full-time on the college campus, so I know what it's like being in college, but being at university, being away from home, is a completely different experience. And I really had no plans coming into this video, except I had like 3 tips I wanted to give, and other than that, I just wanted to talk and ramble. I wanted to find something to do while I rambled. I literally have nothing. My head is empty. I've been home for a little over a week now for summer break, and I'm going to be here until August when I have to move back to Orlando. And I also deleted social media for the summer. I got rid of Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, I think YouTube. I deleted YouTube off my phone because first I deleted all the socials, and TikTok was fine. I just wanted to save all my drafts. I've been meaning to get rid of it for a while because I don't like the direction it's going, and it's gonna be banned anyway, so why not do it myself first? Instagram was definitely the hardest because I love Insta Reels, and Snapchat I haven't even been posting on Snapchat in a while, so that was fine. Twitter, I don't like X. I haven't gone on it since it's been rebranded. YouTube on my phone was so difficult because I realized once I deleted all my social media apps, I just went to YouTube Reels. And the whole reason why I deleted these apps was because I wanted to see all the stuff I could do this summer if I didn't have my phone on me. I wanted to start creating and producing instead of just consuming. I still have my accounts up. I didn't delete the account. I'll probably re-download it near the end of summer. I still watch YouTube on my iPad and laptop. It's just so I'm not sitting and scrolling, and it's definitely helped. I've been reading a lot more, watching more movies, things like that, and I edited a podcast. I have 2 podcasts coming up in the future, or might already be up. I hope y'all are excited. I filmed that in the UCF podcast room, and I love it, absolutely. I would love to continue to grow my podcast. Only thing that sucks is I had a great editing software that then wanted to be silly and give me a watermark on the entire video, like a bar across the entire video that I couldn't get rid of unless I paid for it. I feel like it's a scam because I've tried just about everything and it would not take my money. So at that point, I'll take my business elsewhere. I'm also working again. I haven't worked in a year. I did not work at all that first semester, which was great. That's exactly what I needed. My first semester was just to figure it out. But now I'm going to be working as a patient care tech because I need to start building like my medical portfolio, and I'm so nervous, so excited. Might do like a get ready with me for that. I don't know. It's going to be once to twice a week, 12-hour shifts. From 7 in the morning, 7 at night, and it's an hour drive to where the hospital is, but my mom works there, so we'll be driving together. So college, let's talk about it. The college classes themselves were nothing new. I took Orgo 1 and 2, which I passed. It was the first time I ever got a C though, and I feel like coming back from winter break and all my family asked me how I did, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got A's in all my classes and I passed Orgo. Like, saying you passed the class is such a euphemism to just make it seem better. Like, no, I got a C. And I beat myself up for that for so long. And I had told my dad, like, oh, I got a C. And he said, good job. It's like, what? I've always gotten A's, and I think I've gotten 1 B in a college class and then 2 B's throughout all my elementary and high school career. He is like, I'm happy. Not that I failed, but it was like my first time failing in a way that I wasn't used to. And he was telling me like, that's good, like I need to experience that. And he was telling me that a lot of people give me credit for how smart I am. And he's like, sometimes it's important to know that you're not always going to do that great, and that's okay. It's okay to struggle in a certain academic area. In chemistry, for some reason, I just struggle in a lot. And I really beat myself up over it because I'm not stupid. I know chemistry, or at least I know the basics. I know more than the average person. But orgo is just a whole different level of memorization, and everyone's gonna tell you it's not memorization as long as you know the basic concepts, but it is. It is memorization, because there's always exceptions. They'll be like, oh, do this for everything but this one, because then it's gonna react differently. And you're gonna learn over 100 reactions and have to memorize all the reagents and all the products. With it being my first semester of university, I definitely just didn't study it as well early on that I should have. So I think that's one of my biggest tips so far, is to know that you're probably not going to do well, and that is okay. I was talking to a doctor recently and I told him that I got C's in orgo, and he told me retake it. He said you can either retake it or you have to ace your MCAT. And I really don't want to retake orgo, so I'm going to ace the MCAT. It is okay to fail in a certain subject area, but then you just gotta do better somewhere else. You gotta do better somewhere else and make up for it. I loved bio. I go to UCF campus, like I said, and I was in the Lead Scholars program. I loved my time there. Great, easy class. And then my other classes, I took medical sociology and then professional writing, because that's my minor for writing and rhetoric. Also, I have a website now, which is crazy. I had to make a website for my professional writing class, but I built a website. It's gonna be linked down below, so check it out, and I'm very happy and proud of it. I bought my own domain for it. Look up whoiskaterose.com, which is so crazy to think about that I did that, but I love it, and that's tangible. That's a product that I want to grow and develop more this summer. I made a Medium account, which is a website that you can upload your writing. I want to start posting my poems more and like my actual writing and essays, just like how I made a video talking about an essay I made and like everything behind it. I want to post that basically, but put into words. So how else did this year go? The first semester was definitely my social semester. I was out and about. I was leisurely in some clubs. Salsa and Bachata Club was amazing. Latin rhythm at UCF, but I was just, it's difficult for someone like me who graduated my AA and my roommates and all my friends who were just doing their GEPs, their basic degree credits, so they didn't have to study as much as I did. They had easier classes. They were taking, again, the general ed classes, so it's very difficult when you hear your roommates having a party and having fun and you're sitting in your room for 6 hours reading a bunch and taking notes and doing homework. And so the first semester I very much struggled with that balance of a social life versus procrastinating and just making up for work. I went to the gym too. I loved going to the gym. I think it was very good for me. The second semester I didn't go to the gym at all because I was locking in. I spent so much time in the library this past semester that I never did in the first semester, because my word for 2024, my word that I try to focus on is balance for this year. So this past semester is just me balancing a social and a study life, and it definitely showed a lot in my classes, or at least it showed a lot in me and my understanding of what I was learning in classes. Because sure, the first semester I was getting A's in my classes, aside from orgo, but like biology too, I feel like I actually retained what I learned more because I developed better study skills and I spent more time to it, and I still had good enjoyment time with my friends. I didn't go to the gym as much, so I was slacking physically. In my clubs, I definitely didn't participate in them as much, but I was also finding new clubs I wanted to be a part of, like the women's medical club, which I'm now a part of. This next year I want to try and get a leadership position of some way. I think that'll be fun and exciting. That's the other thing, is allow yourself to feel everything. The first month I was really losing my mind. I cried. I'm from a small town and UCF is triple the size of my small town, and so it was very scary being a little fish in a big pond. I was walking around not knowing anyone and realizing that anonymity scared me. That there's so many people with their own lives and I don't know them and they don't know me. But that's also nice to embrace, that you can have the confidence to go up to someone and try to make friends, and if it doesn't work out, or try to shoot your shot with someone, and if it doesn't work out, then that's okay, because you'll most likely never see them again. I was a part of a couple YouTube videos and asked to be a part of a music video. I mean, that fell through, but so many different aspects of life and opportunities that you may not be used to. And so I think anyone from a small town, as scary as it is, go to a bigger school. Go to a bigger school and get outside your cage, go outside the sheltered place you're from, and experience different cultures and feelings and environments that you're not used to. I definitely loved it. I lived on campus in the Nike dorms. Really great. Loved my RA. Definitely would recommend. And then I made a really good group of friends with people that I met during orientation, or the way I met every single person in my friend group was so crazy, and like, what are the odds? And meeting my friend group made me realize how small this world really is. So at times you're gonna feel suffocated, at times you're gonna feel lost at sea, but then as long as you put in effort, that's the other thing, you're never gonna get anything in life, or especially in college, unless you put in the effort for it. If you want to eat, you actually have to go out and get food, or go out and do it yourself. You're not gonna have someone taking care of you. If you want to be a part of a club, you're gonna need to look for and find it, and then do it. And I know it's so scary, trust me. I was scared. I auditioned for a dance team and had a panic attack during my audition, but it's okay, because who cares? Who's gonna remember this in 20 years? Not them. They probably don't remember my name or face, the people who are judging me, which is fine. The group of friends I made me realize how small of a world it is. The clubs I was a part of made me recognize people around campus a lot more. Be involved so you won't feel as lost. You'll have someone to hold on to, basically. But also, a big tip, be okay experiencing FOMO. Be okay that you're not always going to be able to do everything that your friends are doing. It is so important to know when to relax and know when to say no. Know when to hang out with friends and know when you need to just lock in and say, no, I really need to study. And not just the day before the test. Like, study a little bit every day before the test. I actually did that this past semester and it helps so much. So much. I wrote down my 3 major advice life lessons. Comparison's the thief of joy. You're going to meet so many different people, make so many different friends, and as long as you keep comparing yourself to someone else, you're always going to be depressed and unhappy. Not saying it's not going to happen, but when it does, you need to catch yourself and say you're okay the way you are. And you need to catch yourself and realize you may not like something about yourself, but someone else does. Someone else may not like that you have brown hair, but someone else does. Someone may not like your curly hair, but someone else will. For every person that doesn't like you, there will always be another person that will. Not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna be your cup of tea. Just as everyone's not gonna be your favorite person, right? But you will find someone who can appreciate you and can build you up. Just make sure you don't compare yourself. Because I know I have a beautiful group of female friends, and it is sometimes difficult when I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb in them. Even though it is nice, because we're all very beautiful women in our own ways. But it is sometimes difficult when I'm like, oh, I wish I looked like her, or I wish I acted like her. But no, like, I am in a healthy and committed relationship with a guy who loves me for me. And even if I wasn't in that relationship, God loves me for who I am, and so I need to learn to love me for who I am. And at the end of the day, no matter what your belief system is, no matter if you're in a relationship or not, you need to love yourself for who you are now. Because if you try accomplishing a goal and you don't reach it, you're never going to be happy with where you currently are. You can have goals and you can want to grow and change, but you should love yourself in every step of the process, or else then you're going to hate yourself even when you get to your goal, because it will never be enough. You always need to be enough for yourself no matter where you are in life. Also, you're not always going to be picked. Everyone's always going to be someone's favorite. I was kind of mentioning that. I realized growing up in my small town, I feel like even if I did something, I was like, oh, like I auditioned, I don't think I did that well, and I would still make the team. I tried out and I still made the team. I auditioned for a play and I still made it, even though I wasn't a great singer at the time or a great dancer at the time. Yeah, I still made it. When you're younger, it's easier to get into things because they're just accepting whoever, or you're from a smaller town, so the things that they're pulling from is smaller. But when I got to UCF, I realized true rejection. True that I'm not this exception in life. True that even if I don't think I did it, someone else would pick me and I'll just always get a yes. I will always get an open door. I will not always be lucky. You can interview for a job and you may not always get the call back. And I feel like that was a big lesson that I learned at university, is that sometimes I will be rejected. I'm not always going to be picked for the team. You may be picked last, or if you're picked at all. And it's tough. It's so tough. I auditioned for 3 dance teams and didn't make a single one. I had at least one friend who made it onto each team. And that is so, it tore me down so much, even though I know, like, I'm a freshman. These people who auditioned have been doing it for years. I had to give myself that grace that, one, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be jealous in some aspects. But if I didn't get picked, all that means is I gotta get better. I gotta improve my skill. I had a teacher who was also a coach for the football team and girls wrestling, or girls weightlifting, and he said, he would always say, it doesn't matter, do better. He said, you won the Super Bowl, doesn't matter, do better. He always said that. So if you didn't make the team, doesn't matter, do better. Learn why you weren't picked and grow from it. My last tip, I don't know why, like, my poetic side came out when I wrote this, but I realized moving into a dorm, I couldn't bring my whole room, right? I left a lot of stuff at home. But I realized when I got there, I felt like so much of it was empty. Like, I wanted to fill it up. You see my bookshelf right now? It is full. My whole room is bursting at its seams right now with me having to move back in, because I'm so used to having to fit my life in one room. And so now bringing half of my life and fitting it into half a room and seeing all the empty space, it was very lonely. It was very weird. I wasn't used to it. But then I realized, that was my tip for moving. Don't bring everything. Don't bring your whole closet. You need to allow yourself room to grow. And then I got super poetic and thought that fits us as people. If there's empty spots that you are lacking in, that is okay. If you have weaknesses, that is okay. Because you need to allow yourself room to grow. If you're not a good dancer, that is okay. Either start getting better, watch YouTube videos, go to practices and improve it, or fill that hole with something else more fulfilling. As long as you're filling your weaknesses, your voids, whatever you want to call it, your empty spaces, make sure you're filling them with healthy habits and healthy hobbies. Just allow yourself room to grow. If you want to grieve who you used to be, that's okay, because you're going to change when you go to college. Change is scary, but that's okay. It is okay to grow and be more confident. It is okay to grow and realize, oh yeah, like, I don't really like that as much as I used to. And my biggest final tip, set boundaries. Set boundaries with other people, and do not be scared to set boundaries with other people, because everyone in my friend group knows if I don't like something, I'll make it clear that I don't like it, and I would appreciate if someone didn't do it again. That's what I'm known for in my friend group. I will speak up for myself, and I'll speak up for other people. I started speaking up for myself more this past year, basically. It is so important that once you set a boundary, you not only expect the people around you to respect it, but you need to respect it. Don't do something out of peer pressure. Don't set a boundary and then kind of let it wobble because you weren't really sure or confident in yourself. Stay strong in who you are. If you set something, hey, I really don't like that comment, I really don't want to do this, that's fine. Also, your boundaries don't have to be the same for every single person. You may be okay with one person doing something but not something else, but not another person. You can enjoy getting hugs from one person but not from another person, and that is okay. That is perfectly okay. Just learn to respect yourself enough that once you set something in place, you maintain what you kept in place, and other people will respect what you kept in place, right? It is okay for your boundaries to grow and change, but don't wobble because you feel forced to or because you're trying to make someone else happy. And don't let other people disrespect you and the boundaries that you made, because then those are not good people that you'd want to keep in your life in the long term. Of course, give people grace. Everyone comes from different homes, everyone comes from different backgrounds, different whatever. They're used to different things, so they might stumble a bit. Just catch them and be like, hey, I'm telling you, like, don't do that. Also have patience with other people. But if it's something that they're just blatantly disrespecting with no regard, then they don't care for you. They don't care about the friendship or the relationship or whatever. And have enough respect for yourself to maybe create distance as needed. Maybe distance for a little bit for you both to think about and work it out. And communication is so key and so important. Do not be scared to confront people. I know a lot of people who are scared of confrontation, and it is the most aggravating thing. If you're upset with someone, tell them. If something someone said hurt you, tell them. Because then nothing will ever get better. This goes back to the other tip where if you want it, you have to actually work for it. You have to put in the effort for it. If you care about a relationship, a friendship that you have, whatever, and they did something that hurt you and they're clearly not aware that they hurt you or they just disregarded it, tell them what they did hurt you. Find a solution so then you can maintain that friendship. If it really matters to you, if you really value it and you want to continue it in the future, you're gonna have to be honest with them, confront them, communicate with them, listen, be willing to listen to their side, be willing to accept and apologize if you do something wrong on their behalf, but also be willing to stand up for yourself and communicate for your own feelings and validate yourself. Yeah, I need to charge my camera, but I have a lot of videos planned. I want to make a video about interviewing and resumes because I learned a lot about that in my professional writing class. I have to make a new manga video because I always do it every year around the summertime. Maybe more bullet journal stuff if I can, reading vlogs, and maybe more podcast videos this summer. So yeah, be on the lookout. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my description box down below for all my wonderful social media. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Don't forget, you are loved. Bye. What else could I add on to that? That's about it. Why is it blinking? Oh, it's gonna die. Where's the off button?